because of the rapidly aging population, the number of people who are elderly people have increased tremendously. So the party wanted to have a greater focus on their needs and how to serve them, very much like what we have done for the women as well as the young. The objective of PAP.SG is essentially to raise issues or to help shape policies and programs on cross-cutting issues affecting our seniors on matters like their quality of life, their manner of their care, as well as their security. We also want to look at ways of encouraging greater volunteerism, both among our healthy seniors as well as among the young people, to support our seniors. And to look at also innovative practices in order to reach out to our seniors and to support them. Quite a number of reports have already been produced, committees set up, recommendations made. In fact, in the area of infrastructure, over the last 2 years, government has announced in terms of building more nursing homes, senior care centers, senior activity centers, these are being rolled out. What I see as a big challenge for us is not so much in the infrastructure, but more in terms of the software, getting people, qualified people, professionals, like for instance, we have enough physiotherapies, occupational therapies, speech therapies, and so on that is needed in order to support all these various activities, to support the frail elderly. And that will be one challenge, manpower. The second challenge, I think, also will be in the area of the caregivers. Caregivers are also themselves growing old, They also need support. There's still very much an ageist society. Sometimes people may not even know that they are being ageist. I receive a lot of feedback from job applicants, elderly job applicants, and they say it's very difficult for them to get a job because sometimes when they call up the employer, when the employer asks for the age, and then immediately when they inform the employer what's the age, the employer says, okay, the vacancy, the job has been filled. Immediately come to the assumption that they will not be productive, they will not be adaptable, that they can't perform the job. Or do we give them an opportunity? Because it's our mindset then that determines, whether we want to give the person the opportunity or not, regardless of the person's age. We must give them options to think for themselves what they want to do with their lives, and not always come to the conclusion that just because someone who's older is working, therefore that person is actually forced to work, But these are choices sometimes we must trust that they want to make for themselves too. We should not be so condescending in our mindset and attitude. My reasoning is that the government wants aging in place to take place. That is, within, at home and in the community. But for aging in the community or at home to take place, the caregivers must have sufficient support. So I do get feedback from workers who are taking care of the elderly parents, that sometimes it's very difficult for them to take leave. And sometimes the leave is just not enough. For family care leave, it can be made flexible. That if you have childcare obligations or responsibilities, then you use the family care leave for your childcare needs. But if you have frail elderly parents, and you need to bring your parents to see the doctor regularly or to do other things, then that's you can use the family care leave then. So it's flexible, you see. It's already done in the civil service, and some companies are already doing it, Yeah, so I think gradually this, in my view, over time must become a basic need. Apart from just helping to shape policies and programs, obviously what we want to do is also to see how we could develop a support network in all the different constituencies in order to provide support to our elderly seniors. Maybe set up chapters all over the constituencies to help connect our seniors to the services that are available in the community. It's been a very exciting 1 year. It was also a very fast-paced 1 year, because immediately after I became speaker, we had the population debate in February, and followed by the committee of supply, and so it was. And this year, 2013, we also see a lot more questions being filed by MPs. In fact, on average, we have about 100 PQs, compared to maybe 40 or 50 in the past. So it is a very active parliament. And also you see more adjournment motions. In the past, it's very rare. You probably have one adjournment motion a year. But I think those are positive developments.